Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Welcome!
Brett and Briggs here today with another pellet stove part installation video. And we're back with Vogelzang, and we're going to be focusing on changing out the igniter for, well, today.
Well, as always, son, welcome to the channel. And I tell you what Briggs just said. The igniter we're going to replace in this unit. So, when you push the button to start your stove and it doesn't start automatically, usually it's the igniter. We are going to show you at home how to do it on or fix it on this Vogelzang. Let's go!
Let's do it.
Okay, let's go. Now, I'll tell you, again, frustrating as heck. Oh, get up when the igniter doesn't work. But before you do any work on the stove, you make sure that you unplug it from your outlet prior to doing any repairs. And again, if you feel uncomfortable or you don't really feel like you can do it, call your local service provider. Let's go to the next step, or let's go! Okay, friends, here are the tools. Not very many tools to change out the igniter in your Vogelzang. And some of these tools you can use even to take out an igniter in another stove. But anyway, take a minute, help us out. Subscribe. Oh my goodness. We're almost there. Subscribe. Let's go. Now, you're going to need an Allen wrench. Now, most people have these at home, and if you don't, go to your local hardware store and pick up a set. But you're going to need a 1/8 Allen wrench. That's what you're going to need. And you're going to need a regular Phillips screwdriver. And here are some snips, or you could use some scissors, because you may have to cut off a zip tie off the wire harness. Let's go to the next step.
Okay, first off, we're going to show you where the igniter is from the front side. So here is your main burn chamber. We open up the door, and here's your burn pot. So this part of the burn pot we're going to take out, just as so, and we're going to set this here. Right here, folks, this is where your igniter is. So when we remove this, we're not going to be taking it from the front. We're going to be going in the back, but we just wanted to show you guys where actually the part of the igniter is where it's going to start igniting the pellets. So this is where the igniter is, and if we go over here, I'm going to bring the burn pot in front of you guys. This is where all the pellets drop right in, and if we turn this around, you'll see air holes all throughout, and then you'll see this one big hole right here. This is the hole that allows the igniter to transfer heat right into the fuel. As long as all those things are clear, you will have a good chance for combustion. So after that, we're going to roll into the back and start doing this process. Okay, so we're going to access the igniter from the back side. So ahead of time, we already removed this back panel right here. It's going to look like this. And this back panel is held up by a series of Phillips screws. So when you have that removed, let's set it to the side. We're going to come low down here, and where the igniter is right here on this back wall. So this is secured by one screw, and then you'll also have two wires going to the wire harness. So real quick, what we can do, we're going to follow those two leads to the main wire harness as here. We're then going to go over here, and we're going to remove each lead carefully, and you can set that to the side. Now for the igniter, it does not matter which lead goes where. You just need to make sure these two connections go to these two connections right here.
Good point.
So if you get confused, or if you're afraid you're going to mix match the wrong one, don't worry, it does not matter.
Good point.
Thank you, Dad. So over here, now we're going to remove the igniter itself. So right on the top here, there's going to be an Allen screw. So right here, got my Allen wrench. I'm going to go in.
Let's see if I can get it from this side. Boy, oh boy,
Do you have a good view?
that's a humdinger. I'll tell you. I think right in there, if you can still work it. Yep.
That's our best one. So right in here, you're going to find the Allen screw on top. And then you are going to loosen it. Once you have it loosened, you can then gently, I'm going to remove my hand. Hold on a second, Dad. That's where the screw is, right there. Once you have it unloosened, you can gently start unscrewing it.
All that does is hold down the igniter securely. You don't have to take the whole screw out completely, but you can If you do, be very careful, because if you lose it, you lose. This is how small this thing is. Right here in Briggs' hand. That's just a little screw there. And I'm telling you, just keep an eye on it. And again, and again. Take your time, have some fun. We'll get her done.
So normally, yeah, you just want to loosen it. You don't have to totally take it out, but just to show you guys, we took it out just for demonstration purposes. So once it's all loosened out, you can then gently grab the wires, and you're going to gingerly pull the old igniter out. Sometimes this could be a little difficult if it's a well-used igniter because of the expansion of heat, but more and so, you should be fine just sliding it out. And right here, you have your old igniter. Okay.
Let's do it!
Now essentially, we're just going to be working backwards. So take your igniter, you're going to go back in.
Let's see if I get a better view there.
And you are going to
That's good.
gently slide it back in. Now, for this one, if you're unsure how far to go, push it in all the way until you feel a little resistance, and just pull just a hair back. The little resistance you feel right there, if you still have your burn pot in, you're hitting the burn pot. So once you hit it, pull back just a little bit to get a little bit of room, and that should be ample distance.
What's in your fingers now?
Hold on.
All right.
Yeah, you're having too much coffee there. I ain't done. So speaking of the igniter, if you pull back a little bit, you should have ample distance for ignition. So right here, this is that little Allen screw we were talking about. Don't lose this. More than likely, you will just loosen this enough to leave it there already pre-threaded. If you didn't, that's okay. We'll go in here, and you're just going to pre-thread it with your hands.
On the top of the tube.
On the top of the tube right there. And again, my dad's favorite word is what?
Patience.
Ah, there you go.
I have very little.
Well, you get a gold star today for answering correctly. So once you hand thread it, you're going to take your Allen wrench, you're going to go from the top, and you're going to start tightening.
Clockwise.
Clockwise tightening. And folks, you don't have to wrench it, but give it a good snug turn. So once on the longer side, and then the other side more leverage with the, if I can get that out, with the Allen wrench right here. So that's right in there. That's good and snug. Now I'm going to go over here. I'm going to take the wires, and I'm going to start reconnecting them. Again, does not matter which one goes where. You just want to make sure these two connections are made right and snug, just as that. And right there, folks, your igniter's in. Bonus scene with Brett.
I tell you, Briggs, he brought in this Allen wrench and the top of the tube in here to unloosen or untighten that area to where you can take the igniter out. Sometimes that little teeny screw gets baked in there, and it is a hoot to get out. So when you put this in there and you try to turn it and it doesn't turn, don't force it. Stop. Get some household oil like this, or you can get like PB Blaster. Some of the things, oh my goodness, here's some PB Blaster like this. So put a little bit on that screw and let it just sit there for like 5-10 minutes. Then go in with your Allen wrench and try it again. But don't force it, because if you strip that Allen wrench, it's all over. You're going to get very, very frustrated. So hopefully these little tips will help you at home. We'll see you on the next scene.
And that's it, guys. You have a new igniter in your stove, and you guys are ready for some heat.
There's nothing better than when you get this all done and you push the button, the pellets come out, the igniter turns on, and shebang! You got fire. You got heat for you and your family. We hope that this has helped you save some money, and we'll see you on the next video.
See you guys.